Welcome to First Star Let's Chat, an athletic therapy podcast. I'm your host, James Gardner, certified athletic therapist, certified strength and conditioning specialist, yoga instructor, human being. This platform, for the pros, by the pros, anybody in the performance space, and beyond. Welcome here to share in the stories of professionals, experiences, journeys, learning along the way. It's a platform to connect, to network, and to be a part of a community that cares, with conversations that matter, experiences that resonate, and generate ideas, thought-provoking, organic dialogue, passionate pros. Brought to you as always by First Star Therapy, Mobility Tape, Epic, and Benchmark Athletics, in association with the Canadian Athletic Therapists Association. It's First Star Let's Chat, an athletic therapy podcast. Thanks for being here. Thank you for being a part of it. All right, we are live from Tel Aviv World Congress 12. We have a very special guest with an attempt at a pre and post interview. Jessica Wells is a graduate sports rehabilitator, BASRaT certified from the UK, current master's in sport and exercise medicine at the University of Nottingham, and presenting her undergrad dissertation here at World Congress. Jessica, welcome.
Hi.
Beautiful. Amazing to have you. And we just connected earlier, and the idea very much to sort of capture your your expectations, your hopes, why you're here. And then as we wrap up the Congress, get your feedback on, did it meet expectations? How did things go? This is Monday, I think. We're on the same day of the week. Tell us a little bit about your dissertation, what you're presenting, and then we can get into some other things.
Hi, yeah, thanks for having me. So in terms of why I'm here, my dissertation for my undergraduate at the University of Nottingham was based on trying to see whether recovery tools for the athletes use however many times a day, some of them use hundreds of times a day, if that's their job, their life, actually has any difference. Are they comparable? Is there any real use for them? What are they trying to sell you? Where's the gimmicks? So I come from a swimming background and always used to carry a foam roller with me when I went to my competition meets, be there all weekend, have this foam roller that probably the majority of the time I spent swimming around my arm.
Also a good use.
Just a little bit of entertainment while you're there with me. And kind of was thinking about, I wanted to do my own dissertation project idea. How can I think back to that time, not really knowing why I was using it, what was its purpose? And now the big thing is massage guns. They're kind of everywhere. It's been this massive boom. And they like to claim that they're better than the rest of each other. And obviously they have a large amount of money towards them as well. So I thought, there's no research out there that actually just compares the two tools. So why don't I do that? So I decided that, bearing in mind undergraduate dissertations, I had to keep the study quite small, otherwise I couldn't bear with the workload. 20 participants, they just done a swimming session, so they'd done their own university swim session, and these are all healthy participants. And as soon as that swim session was over, they then came over to me and they were randomized based on which leg had which recovery tool. So they'd one and then the other. One would be foam roller and the other one would be massage gun. And I then, prior to this, recorded their hamstring range of motion with an active 1990 test, which then gave me their scores pre-intervention. We then carried out the intervention, and I had post-intervention scores as well. And following this, my research concluded that there was positive increases for both recovery tools on hamstring range of motion. I did also factor in antagonistic pairs, so they had the recovery tools on both their quadriceps and their hamstrings, just to point that out. But they were both positive change. So they both increased range of motion and there were significant differences. However, the massage gun had a greater significant difference, which was interesting. But actually carrying out the study, I think the real difference was personal preference, whether they found it easy to use, whether they enjoyed the variations in the tools. A lot of people liked the massage guns. I think they got more of a response out of it. They knew exactly what was going on, whereas with the foam roller, it can be based on how much of your weight you're allowing to put onto it. So there's obviously discrepancies on how people are using that. So that could be a factor to play. But yeah, it was an interesting topic. I really enjoyed kind of delving into it.
Yeah, awesome. And taking sort of personal interest or personal experience in the sport and then applying that and then referencing personal preference when it comes to recovery. Athletes are obviously a little finicky. They know what they like, they know what they don't like. They're going to use what they're used to, but awesome diving into sort of the why. Like this is a big question. You know, why are we using these tools? Do they actually do what they claim? Awesome. So that's your why as to being here or part of it at World Congress here again in Tel Aviv. Hopes and expectations beyond your presentation being, you know, groundbreaking research that you're presenting to everybody who's here. Hopes and expectations of the World Congress for you.
Definitely network. I'm quite young. I'm just graduated from my undergrad. This is a great experience. I actually had my previous lecturer putting this opportunity out to me, so I wasn't aware of it before, which was great. I think I am a bit of a guinea pig, so if it goes well, I think they're gonna try to push it at the uni a lot more. So networking is a big one. For me, public speaking. I think it's something you need to practice to be able to be good at.
Absolutely.
So that would be great feedback. As I'm currently doing my master's degree, and part of that is presenting my dissertation as a viva. So this will be a great practice run on a different dissertation.
There you go.
But hopefully I have the same confidence as I will be conducting different research again. So I should know it as much as I know this one that I'm currently going to present. So that'll be great feedback for myself. And kind of meeting different people around the world and seeing what they do differently to what we do in the UK.
There you go. And getting your voice out to thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of listeners on this podcast. Unexpected, but that's amazing. It's a great capture. And I think like the student voice, the student vision, maybe just capture your first couple hours here. I know you sat in on the leadership summit today. Countries of people that you've met so far.
So we sat next to American, then we had Canadians, obviously in Israel. So we've had people from Israel here today. Then we've had someone representing Taiwan. So it's been a great, vast, and allows lots of communities and cultures to get together and understand, yes, okay, we all do the same title or similar titles, and they all have the same foundations, but they all have the same like core foundation. They have variations, but we also have very similar issues of what we might be facing in the current climate, with not being represented as well, or not being seen or valued maybe as much as we would want to be, because that's all you want to be seen and heard and paid for what you give. So I think it's nice to know that it's not just what happens at home, it also happens in other places, and there's also has been change. It's been positive change, and that's nice to hear, because there's always a bit of a stigma, physios, sports rehabbers, but it's nice to see that things are progressing definitely at the moment, and that there is movement in a positive movement.
Amazing and brilliant captures across the board. We appreciate you sharing your research. Look forward to your presentation. Look forward to asking you some questions that maybe you can provide for the students or the athletes that we work with back home in Canada when it comes to foam rollers and TheraGuns and all these, or massage guns, or all of these things that we're using. But more so just for taking your time. Really appreciate you sitting in with us. We'll do it again at the end once you've heard a few presentations, answered some questions from some people and shared your thoughts. But brilliant, really appreciate your time, and I'll leave you with the last few words to the audience. But we're here live. It's Let's Chat, an athletic therapy podcast, the official podcast of WFAT. This is Jessica Wells, and it's all yours from this point forward.
No, that's great. Thank you for having me. And hopefully the listeners will get as much out of this as I have today so far.
Here we go. We are live in the exhibitor hall for the last day of World Congress 12 here in Tel Aviv, and revisiting with Jessica Wells, presented first World Congress, first conference in the sports medicine space, athletic therapy, athletic training. So your experiences, your takeaways to this point.
Hi. It's been a bit of a whirlwind, really. I've met loads of new people, mingled with loads of great, welcoming, friendly people that have invited me to all sorts of opportunities in the future. So it's kind of could have kick-started the rest of my career or my journey, even though I don't know quite where that will take me at the moment. But yeah, it's been a great experience to meet people, great experience to see how around the world, around the globe, how everyone else is dealing with the current climate of athletic trainers, sports rehabilitators, sports therapists. Kind of nice to see that you're not alone. You face the same issues, but also people are starting to get the same rewards, and those that have been set up for a longer, say in America, that have been set up for longer, are getting more of the recognition that we hope to get in England, which is really great. And yeah, kind of homing in on knowledge that I already kind of knew, but I have that confidence that I'm doing the right thing, so that's great. And other than that, and kind of getting over nerves of presenting for the first time.
Of which you did an amazing job, by the way. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of was chucked in at the deep end, didn't quite know when I was going, ended up going first. But yeah, it was a great experience. I had great feedback from it. It's preparing me because I've got a very similar situation coming up for my master's program in September. So it's been a great experience overall.
Cool. And some really amazing presenters on top of yours that have been at this a really long time, working in different areas. So lots of exposure to see potentially where it can fit, how it can fit, and kind of nice to be wide open to sort of create your own future with all of these options that you can see. Last question, just for our audience out there listening. It's Wednesday. It's the last day of the Congress. Long days, lots of presenters, lots of information. Anything you're looking forward to today specifically as we begin, I guess, the descent to the end of the World Congress here in Tel Aviv?
Yeah, there's actually a talk, the last talk of the day, which is on percussion therapy, vibrational therapy, which is what I did my undergrad degree, my dissertation on. And I presented that today. So it'd be quite nice to see what they have to say about the kind of topic, as it can be a bit controversial with what people like to think about it. And the current research out there as well. So it'd be nice to see their take on it. I think that would be probably what I'm looking forward to the most today.
All right. A great capture, a great presentation, a great time here in Tel Aviv. Thank you again for your time and for all of your efforts, and for sharing our space with the world.
Okay, thank you. It's been great.
Thanks again for being here. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being a part of this community. Check us out online, firststartherapy.com. That's FIRSTAR therapy.com. Or email us with feedback, consult@firststartherapy.com. CONSULT@firststartherapy.com. On Instagram @firststar.therapy, and our podcast host @letschat.at. This is First Star Let's Chat, an athletic therapy podcast.